answer it,
Ms.
and that is your right. But I would respect you more if you just say, here's my answer.
I'm sorry that you don't respect me very much.
I do respect you, but I said I'd respect you more if you just answer my question.
Today, I want to talk about one of the most revealing and, frankly, disturbing exchanges I've seen in a Senate hearing in a long time. Senator John Kennedy asked a very simple, very direct question to a panel of abortion rights advocates and doctors. Do you support the right to abort an unborn child right up to the moment of birth, for any reason? And what followed was, in my opinion, a masterclass in avoidance, obfuscation, and deflection.
Professor Goodwin, help me understand your point of view. I think this is a yes or no question. Do you support it being legal to abort an unborn child up to the moment of birth?
Senator Kennedy, it is not a yes or no question. I support women like Ms. Zarowski. Women across this...
No, ma'am, I don't. I think it is a yes or no question.
No.
You either believe in unrestricted abortion rights up until birth, or you don't.
Well, let me answer.
If there were a law I'm just trying to understand your perspective, and I'm not accusing you of this.
Of course not.
But you know, people sort of talk around this issue. If there were a bill that said that a woman has an unfettered right to abort an unborn baby for any reason up to the moment of birth, would you vote yes or would you vote no?
Senator Kennedy, I refuse to be shackled by your question. What I have answered is that there are conditions that occur during pregnancy.
You don't know whether you would vote yes or no?
There are conditions during pregnancy that mean after 10 weeks, 14 weeks,
I said
20 weeks,
discretion.
24 weeks,
you
conditions
would
such as Ms.
support,
Zarowski.
You're here advocating.
I would support her life.
I
would support her
too,
personhood.
But you're advocating a law.
I support her personhood.
You're advocating a law that says that an unborn baby can be aborted up to the moment of birth for any reason, are you not?
Let me clarify what the 14th Amendment says in the first sentence, that citizens of this United States are individuals that are born. That is what our Constitution says.
But why won't you answer my question, Professor? I'm not trying to argue. I just want to understand what your position is, and I think you're afraid to say that you do support that. If you do support it, I think you, just for the purpose of an intellectual discussion, you ought to just say so.
If you can't say out loud what you believe should be law, that's a problem. If you support something as extreme as abortion on demand up to the moment of birth, you ought to have the courage to say so.
For purposes of an intellectual discussion, I'm happy to have that with you. But
well,
that's not the tone.
Could you answer my question? Do you support, please? I mean, you teach. Okay, I'm sure you've had students ask this question. Do you support making it legal to abort an unborn baby for any reason, up to the moment before birth?
Senator, let's have that intellectual discussion that you want.
We could start if you'd answer my question. I can't go to my next question until you answer that question.
I want you to be able to go to your second and your third questions. I do. But as I have explained, there are many different conditions.
No, I said unfettered discretion. No conditions. I'm making it easy for you.
Well, I have already shared with you, Senator, that I support women's
I don't want to use all my time. You're not going to answer it, and that is your right. But I would respect you more if you just say, "Here's my answer."
I'm sorry that you don't respect me very much.
I do respect you, but I said I'd respect you more if you just answer my question. Doctor, tell me how to say your last name.
Rubenhorst.
Ms. Dr. Rubenhorst, do you support a law that would allow, for any reason, unfettered discretion, the abortion of an unborn child up until the moment of birth?
No.
You don't. Dr. Verma?
Senator Kennedy, so I'm the one doctor in this room that does provide abortion care, and I can tell you that does not reflect the reality of abortion care.
Maybe not. But Senator Kennedy wasn't asking about how often late-term abortions occur. He wasn't even accusing her of performing them. He was asking what she supports being legal.
Understand, I'm just asking a question.
It simply doesn't
But do you support it? There are bills before Congress that will allow that to happen. You don't support it, or are you going to not answer my question?
As the doctor in this room who does provide abortion care, that is not how abortion care in this country works. It's a hypothetical that does a disservice to our
But if a patient came to you and said, I'm going to probably have a baby this week and I've changed my mind, and I would like you, doctor, to abort the child, would you do it?
That is not how abortion care in this country works.
But if a patient did, would you do it?
My job as a doctor is to look at each individual situation.
I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but I can tell neither you nor the professor will answer my question. I think you both have an opinion, and I don't understand why you won't share it. We're going to solve this problem.
I've provided care for a few years, and I've never seen that situation.
How about you, Doc? Would you?
Do not support unfettered abortion, and I would like to point out that if a woman did have a life-threatening condition in pregnancy past approximately 22 weeks, that baby can be delivered alive by induction or C-section, and we can try to save that baby. The intent of abortion is a dead baby, and that is not necessary in that situation.
I mean, I want you to all understand where I'm coming from. This is a tough issue. And it's a tough issue because there's some tough questions we've got to answer. And when you won't answer the questions, when you're invited by my Democratic friends, the majority, and you won't answer the most fundamental question, we've got a bill in front of us that will basically say a woman has the unfettered right to abort at any time for any reason up to the moment of birth. And that's a gut check issue. And I would expect you as experts to answer that truthfully, how you do it. Thank you for your indulgence, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Ossoff?
Because whether you say it or not, there are real bills being proposed right now that would allow just that. No limits, no restrictions, no requirements for viability, fetal pain, or even a medical reason. Just the raw power of personal choice taken to its most radical extreme. This isn't about rare, tragic cases. This is about legalizing abortion for any reason, even elective abortions in the third trimester. That's what Senator Kennedy was trying to expose. And the reason these witnesses wouldn't answer is because they know it would sound horrifying to most Americans if they admitted it. Because here's the thing. Poll after poll shows that the majority of Americans support some limits on abortion. Most people are not comfortable with late-term abortion. Most believe that once a baby can survive outside the womb, the discussion should shift to protecting that life. If you believe it should be legal to kill a child that's about to be born, then you need to say it, clearly and without hiding behind legal jargon, emotional anecdotes, or academic theories. Own it, and let the American people decide if that's the kind of country we want to live in. Because here's what I believe: life matters, truth matters, and how we treat the most vulnerable, especially unborn children, says everything about who we are as a nation. Thanks for watching. Stay strong, stay informed, and God bless. And don't forget to subscribe because we've got more breakdowns of important hearings like this one coming up.